Yeah, who won? Yeah, it took forever. She's gonna say
Oh my God, is that Miss Corral? She's signed up for administration.
Mr. West goes
the only one. On behalf of the class of 1995, I would like to welcome you to the 1995 Littleton High School graduation. I would like to begin by thanking some of the people who directly or indirectly have made an impact on who we are today. Mr. Franco, Mr. Walker, Mr. Robinson, Mrs. Holt, Mrs. Coburn, and other teachers here at Littleton, but also members of the community who supported us both academically and athletically by coaching Little League or youth basketball and soccer or even Pop Warner. These people have all contributed to help make us who we are today. It's finally our turn. It's been a long and sometimes difficult but often exciting road to make it this far. It seems like many years ago when we were first in Shaker Lane. It was many years ago. That's where most of us met one another. Sometimes there would be a new face or one would leave now and then, but day after day and year after year, we could go to school knowing who was going to be there and feel comfortable and confident around them. They were our friends. We grew up with them. We also felt comfortable in Shaker Lane because of some of the teachers we had over there, two of which whom most of us had are retiring this year. As first graders, we were very fortunate to have either Mrs. Mudger or Mrs. Fox. Their classes were always fun and enjoyable. As we got older and came up to the high school, we began making friends with the other classes. We didn't spend as much time with members of our own class, and we began to become a little more divided. Our classes were now separated into levels, and it was difficult to even see everyone in the class. However, every once in a while, a circumstance would arise uniting our class again, a time when we needed each other, and when we were all there for each other. Some of our struggles were minor. There were long-term papers we needed to do. There were many difficult sports seasons we needed to go through. And with the new principal, it seemed we had to learn a whole new set of rules. Unfortunately, our classes also had to deal with the loss of close friends. Our first advisor, Mr. Rochelo, passed away during the summer between our freshman and sophomore year. Even during our senior year, we needed to quickly learn how to be supportive and understanding when Mrs. Coburn, one of our advisors, lost her husband. Then, of course, during the fall of our sophomore year, one of us died. It takes a strong group of kids to get through this as well as we have. With the help of one another, we're able to overcome our difficulties and continue towards our goals. However, these few times of pain weren't the only times our class was brought together. We're also unified through many great and enjoyable activities. We went on fantastic trips, such as our 7th grade trip to Washington, D.C., along with our recent trip to Virginia. We tried many different ways to raise money, some of which worked and some of which didn't. We were very fortunate to be able to have our annual raffle for all 4 years at the Holiday Bazaar, and we had many great candy sales. Unfortunately, we also tried that yard sale, which didn't go as planned, and whose idea was it to make Rice Krispie treats anyway? We were very successful, however, in running the 94 prom and cotillion. We also found a way to keep Pumpkin Day and Squirt Gun Day, even with the new principal. We never once blew any of the chances Mr. Robinson gave us. We gained the respect of the faculty and administration. Finally, here we are, united as a class once more. It's funny how knowing we will be leaving each other actually brings us even closer together, especially tonight. We stand before you all with the same goal, success. I hope that in the year 2000, when our class will be united again, I'll see that everyone is happy with their lives and successful in their chosen field. I wish everyone luck. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce our salutatorian, Allison Lindblom.
Mr. Franco, Mr. Robinson, Mr. Corbett, teachers and members of the faculty, members of the school committee, parents, family, and friends, and especially members of the class of 1995, welcome. According to B.S. Skinner, education is what survives when what has been learned has been forgotten. Long after the members of the class of 1995 have forgotten certain historical facts and specific mathematical equations, we will have retained something much more important. Our teachers have inspired us to work hard to achieve our goals, have given us the skills to gather information and form our own opinions, and have provided the motivation and faith to give us the courage to be ourselves. Even when we weren't on our best behavior, our teachers stuck with us and pushed us to accomplish something because they believed in us. They knew that each and every one of us was worth something and that we all had something special to offer the world. They showed this by volunteering their time to conduct extracurricular activities. They showed it through the extra help they gave after school, and they showed it by just taking a few minutes to find out how we were doing and what was going on in our lives. Whether in large or small ways, the teachers at Littleton definitely demonstrated how much they care for us. I think that long after we have left Littleton, we will remember the special gifts we have each received from our teachers. From each other, we discovered how to work together as a team, whether it was to raise money for a class function, to win a game during Spirit Week, or to make a quilt for the holiday bazaar. We've grown to understand and appreciate that we can benefit from the differences in others. Because we have had the support of our classmates when it really counted, we can approach the world with greater trust and confidence. We have been together for a very long time, and we will never forget what we've given to and gotten from each other. Our parents have played an especially profound role in our education. It was our parents who took the time to help us with class and school projects. Our parents assisted with play productions, cheered for us at athletic events, and came to our band concerts. They drove us all over town before we got our licenses and put up with us when we were stressed out over tests and research papers. And through it all, they instilled in us their values and beliefs and shared with us their knowledge and experience, while still allowing us to grow as individuals. But most importantly, they loved us no matter what. So 10 years from now, when we no longer remember the derivative of 3x squared, who the 10th president was, or what the significance of the green light at the end of Gatsby's dock was, our real education, gotten from teachers, friends, and parents, will sustain us. How to think, how to care for others, how to give, and how to love. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce our valedictorian, Laura Kennard. Like many other high school seniors across the country, it is to our turn to take all that we have learned and begin to shape our lives. As we anxiously face our new challenges, it is essential that we understand the power of a particular and very important quality each of us has had privilege to acquire. This quality shall help us to make a difference in the lives of others. It shall motivate us to continue when others might give up. It shall help us to find meaning in a sometimes overwhelming world. We have experienced something that will separate us from those other many seniors who are also graduating this season. At Littleton High School, we have been well protected in a comfortable environment. We have each grown individually Yet still, simultaneously, we've learned of the world and its many wonders. The sciences have intrigued our wise about nature. Novels read in English have influenced insightful discussions about society and who we are. We've discovered war, death, and seen the difficulty in agreeing on peace. Yet, through all of our learnings of disease, killing, and poverty, we have been somewhat removed. Littleton's environment has allowed us to keep and to shelter the soft spot where emotion can be felt. We are not hardened, callous people, and this is the special quality within us that makes us different. It has been such a special and wonderful time. So much of that time we've taken for granted, never realizing the unusualness of the comfort at Littleton. Comfort has been the feeling you get as you're walking down the hall and at least every other person says hi or gives you that look of hello without actually saying the words, because you've already passed that person at least 10 times that morning saying hello. Comfort can be found in the wide array of clothing worn by the students. The fashion ranges from pajamas to sweats to skirt and ties. It doesn't make a difference what you have on because people know who you are. Surprisingly enough, I think we will also miss agonizing together over upcoming tests and long-term papers, empathizing with one another as we know exactly how tough it can be. Finally, to paint the most comfortable picture I will remember, unique to our class, the senior hallway during this 3-minute passing time. It occurs 8 times a day, and each time is like a reunification. The corridor fills with all different kinds of laughters, sighs, chatting, hugging, and enough emptying of extra energy to let you start thinking of your next class. Then the laughter softens, dwindling. The hall clears except for the regular stragglers. Then it is empty, waiting for us to visit it once more. The world will try to change us, and in some ways this is very good. We'll gain wisdom seizing various opportunities. We'll see miracles and learn to be thankful. We'll experience hardships that will teach us to cope and search for a deeper meaning in life. But in experiencing the world, we will take an enormous risk. It is exactly that which lies beneath our well-protected, sheltered hearts that we risk losing as we enter into an often cold, real world. As optimistic an idea as it may sound, I believe success and fulfillment will come to those who keep their sensitivity even in a tough world. The greatest challenge you may face is not necessarily feeling the pain, but overcoming and allowing yourself back into the world without a shield to gird you for the next evil. As you venture out into this world, be undaunted. You have nothing to fear if you can only resist life's tendency to cover your face with a solemn, unchanging expression of indifference. Expect pain and uncertainty, but also expect happiness. Go out and achieve for yourself what no one else can achieve for you. Stop for a moment. You remember this moment forever. You are facing your family and friends who have always loved and supported you, who will continue to do so. Close by are your teachers who have helped and inspired you to be where you are right now. Sitting beside your best friends, and as the class of 1995.
I would now like to have Karen Lyons, our class treasurer, come up to present the class of 1995's gift to the class of 96's president, Amanda Olson.
The class of 1995 would like to present to the high school the gift of an electronic message board to be hung in the caf. This message board will display various messages and news of upcoming events.
I would now like to introduce the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Vincent J. Franco.
Thank you, Nathan. Members of the school committee, town officials, Mr. Robinson, teachers, parents, friends, and relatives of the graduates, and above all, graduates. It is a pleasure to be a part of this significant community celebration held in recognition of the achievement of a high school diploma. I congratulate the graduates and their parents and extend our thanks, admiration, and respect to the many Littleton teachers who have nurtured these students as they went through the schools and gradually developed into young men and women now ready for the next phase of their education and their future. The community should be aware that 73% of the graduates will be attending a four-year college in September. And that 92% of this class will attend some type of post-secondary education. These are the highest percentages in the history of the town, and they have been increasing steadily during the last decade as parents and their children realize the need for more and more formal education in this highly technical society. Graduates, here you are in 1995, about to graduate from high school. Until now, a lot of the decisions about you were made by someone else. But now, you will be at the controls of your own time machine. Its destination is called the rest of your life. How do you prepare to navigate in this constantly changing world? Consider these 5 suggestions. First, get as much formal education as possible, and then never allow yourself to stop learning. Second, choose your playing field. We all have different talents and abilities. Find the things that you do well and do them. Third, don't be afraid of change. Look at change as an exciting and energizing opportunity to try something new. Statistics indicate that the average person will change jobs 7 times in their career. Both formal education and on-the-job experience give you the ability to make change. The more formal education you have, the greater your flexibility to take advantage of opportunities at any time during your career. Fourth, don't be afraid to take a risk. Every time you choose one option over another, you are taking a risk. People who are successful get there because they have learned to treat failure as a learning experience. Fifth, and most important, make sure that you have an anchor, something to give you stability for the storms of life. Family can be an anchor, friends can be an anchor, religion and a value system can be an anchor. A job is not a sufficient anchor, so if you get one that is challenging and rewarding, consider it a bonus. A job should not be viewed as what you do, not who you are. As you begin your journey, I extend to each of you, on behalf of all who have served you in the Littleton Public Schools, our sincere and best wishes for success and happiness in all that you do. In your yearbook, you have printed the words, "You'll see what makes us a school to be proud of." Always be proud of Littleton High School and make Littleton High School proud of you. Before you leave this comfortable and safe place, take a moment to thank those who helped you get this far, your parents, your teachers, and all of the members of the Littleton community. You have been educated in this fine community which supports excellent schools. There are thousands of people your age who have grown up all over the world and in our own country in environments and under conditions that we have trouble even imagining. Not many have had the opportunity that has been extended to you by your parents, your teachers, and the good people of Littleton. Thank them today with your words. Thank them tomorrow and always with your actions and your achievements. This community's support follows many of you in the form of scholarships, which it is now our pleasure to present. A total of over $45,000 will be awarded in the next few moments. On behalf of the graduates and their parents, I extend sincere thanks to all donors and their generosity. Your interest in the education of youth is evidence of your hope for the future and of your confidence in these young people in whom the town has already invested so much. Thank you for your kind attention. Assistant Principal John Corbett will read the impressive list of donors and the fortunate recipients.
When your name is called, please come forward to Superintendent Franco and receive your scholarship. Thompson Painting Company, Wilson's Pharmacy Incorporated, Thomas Arison CPA, 16 Footers Square Dance Club, Marion W. Flag Fund, Ann L. Clancy Memorial, Badger Funeral Home, Archer's Mobile Center, Bates Finishing Supply Incorporated, and the Littleton All Sports Boosters Club award scholarships to Kristen Sheppel. The Albert J. Sargent Trust awards a scholarship to Jonathan Preston. Dr. James Carroll, the Littleton Rotary Club, and Lieutenant Colonel Edward J. Gruskowski award scholarships to Jasmine MacArthur. Middlesex Materials Corporation and the Littleton Patrolmen's Association award scholarships to Colleen Graham. FM Kimball Fund, Bradford Sampson Trust, Fowler Music Award, and the Littleton High School Student Council award scholarships to Laura Kennard. The Albert J. Sargent Trust and the Littleton Patrolmen's Association award scholarships to Michael Anderson. Baybank Harvard Trust, Darrell and Ann Louise Payson, Very Fine Products Incorporated, the Littleton Independent, Weber's Littleton Conservatory, Donlands, and Dr. and Mrs. Kenneth Ammonworth award scholarships to Andrea Telford. The Littleton All Sports Boosters Club award a scholarship to Jennifer Lally. The Albert J. Sargent Trust awards a scholarship to James Poulin. Littleton Voter Service Trust, Fred C. Church Insurance, Northern Bank and Trust Company, Stephen M. Gaumont Fund, Littleton Family Medicine, the Littleton PTSA, Northeast Flooring covering Lieutenant Colonel Brenda J. Keir, award scholarships to Amy Harland. The Cooperative Bank of Concord and Bradford Sampson Trust award scholarships to Allison Lindblom. The Albert J. Sargent Trust awards a scholarship to Nathan Long. Very Fine Products, Mobile Sales and Services, Neshoba Package Store, P&L Machine Company, Partridge's Auto Works, and SAD award scholarships to Rachel Clifford. Littleton Scholarship Trust, Dufour's Pumping Service, and the Littleton All Sports Boosters Club award scholarships to Heather Dennehy. The Frederick Gallery Art Award is presented to Robert Kellerman. The Lennart Folkstead Memorial, Constance A. Smithwood, Littleton Junior High School Student Council, and the Littleton All Sports Boosters Club award scholarships to Amanda Bulger. The Littleton All Sports Boosters Club awards a scholarship to Karen Lyons. North Middlesex Savings Bank, Joseph A. Kuchusik, Littleton Lions Club, Eleanor Cummings Scholarship, Knights of Kaliva, Wood Stove and Fireplace Shop, and the Foreign Language Book Bag Scholarship award scholarships to Kara Thompson. Albert J. Sargent Trust, Miller Automotive, Littleton Educators Association, Littleton Junior High Student Council, and the Littleton All Sports Boosters award scholarships to Donald Federhoff. Bradford Sampson Trust, Frank P. Lacey Memorial, and the Littleton Firefighters Association award scholarships to Amanda Fritz. Howard M. Dowd Fund awards a scholarship to Kerry McDonald. The Littleton Firefighters Association, Program Test Sources Incorporated, Richard D. Bove, Marion W. Flagg Trust, and Uniserve Incorporated award scholarships to Holly Turner. I now present Mr. Long again.
I would now like to introduce a man who had to follow a tough act coming into this year, and he did it well. Our principal, Mr. Lawrence M. Robinson.
Good evening. Excuse me for continuing to look over my shoulder at the skies. I'm very pleased with tonight's conditions for our graduation. At this evening at graduation, I come to the end of my first year here at Littleton Junior Senior High School, just as our graduates are about to end their years in the Littleton Public Schools. They now transition into a new stage of their lives. The subject of transition seems to be very appropriate for my comments tonight. In one respect, I feel as if I am a participant in a relay race. I was handed a baton last summer from the man who was with our senior class throughout most of the junior and senior high school career. As we recognize this year's graduate, I would like to take a moment on behalf of the students in the class of 1995 and the faculty to recognize a man who gave many years of his career to bring the best possible opportunities to these graduates and previous graduates, and who joins us tonight for our graduation celebration. Although he will not be happy with me for this, I would like to ask Mr. John Walker to stand and be recognized by the class of 95 and their guests. Now briefly onto the subject of transitions. Last year around this time I made the decision to accept Mr. Franco's offer to come to Littleton, leaving the town in which I had worked and grown as a professional for over 18 years, just as most of you have accepted the offer from a college to join its community. Lexington was a very familiar place to me and comfortable as a home as Littleton has been to you. The decision to leave was much the same as you experienced, seniors, the last day of school. As I watched the tradition where you came into the cafeteria to count down the last few minutes of your last day of classes. There was a sense of excitement and thrill as you watched the clock's arms move, knowing they were moving towards something new this fall. However, there was also a feeling of sadness in the fact that you were leaving familiar people and places. I also experienced that sadness, excitement last spring, but I'm happy to let you know that I found great satisfaction moving on and starting new, as I am convinced you will all experience in the fall. From the first day I arrived in Littleton, the people in this town have been very friendly and have welcomed me. The roads we've traveled together as a school have not always been without bumps. However, the year has been marked with new successes and personal growth that only happens when you take risks and try new things. Coming to a new place and working with all of you has been a great experience. Special thanks have to be given to you, the class of 95. I know you had to adjust to a new principal during your last year of high school, which wasn't always easy. You have been very open and very friendly to me and have worked with me throughout all the traditional senior activities as well as establishing some new traditions. Graduates, the same experience I described awaits for you this fall. You definitely find that change can be exciting and great. If you are starting a college experience, there'll be sadness this summer as you say goodbye to your friends and family. There'll be nervousness as you leave town for travel to school, and then there'll be excitement that first night in the dormitory when you realize you finally made it to college. For those of you entering work or the military, you too will be facing new challenges. The uncertainties of greater independence can be scary, and the transition cannot always be easy. But there will be bumps in the road, but all of you will find a manner in which to maneuver through these bumps, and this will make a difference in where your life leads. I wish you all the best on this new road you're about to venture. I know that your parents and teachers have done the best possible to prepare you for what awaits you. Try to keep your eyes and mind open to all that you encounter, because the world is out there. It's very different than what you've grown up in, and it's very exciting, but also a little terrifying. Keep in mind that the whole world is there to welcome you. Go out and make a difference in the world. At this point in time, it's my pleasure to present a number of awards which help us as a school recognize outstanding achievement of our students. The Brenda R. Boschetto Little Tiger Memorial Award is the student with the most school spirit as determined by the senior class. This year, the award goes to Nathan Long. following awards were given as a result of recommendations of our faculty. The American Citizenship Award is presented to Laura Kennard. No, it's not Kincaid. Here you go. The other American Citizenship Award is presented to Colleen Graham. The Captain George Levick Street III, the third award for leadership, is presented to Rachel Clifford. The English, Mathematics, and Tandy Tech Scholarship Award is presented to Allison Lindblom. The Social Studies, Science, Foreign Language, and Tandy Tech Scholarship Awards are presented to Laura Kennard. The Technology, Education, and Business Awards are presented to Benjamin Andrews. The Art Award is presented to Robert Kellerman. The Physical Education Award is presented to Amanda Bulger. Congratulations. The Music Award is presented to Karen Lyons. Congratulations. And the first John Walker Student Service Award, voted by the faculty in recognition of a student whose service and contributions are very unique and above all others, is presented to Nathan Long. And the Salutatory Award presented to the student who ranks second in class, that goes to Allison Lindblom. Congratulations. And the Valedictorian Award, the student who ranked number one in her class, goes to Laura Kennard. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a distinct privilege and pleasure to be principal of a school that produces the high quality of students you now see before you. Okay. I think we now are coming to the moment you've been waiting for. I would now like to invite the senior class advisors, Mrs. Marie Holt and Mrs. Barbara Coburn, to join me in the presentation of the diplomas.
Nathan Robert Long. Laura Jean Kennard. Allison Haynes Lindblom. Holly Jean Turner. Richard D. Zola. Carla Marie Manano. Andrew Henry Struth. Karen Ann Lyons.
Donald Robert Federhoff. Andrea Lynn Telford. Robert W. Kellerman. Cara Jean Saray Thompson. Ralph Y. Etlin. Shauna Rosenberger Walsh. James Gerard Poulin. Heather Ann Dennehy. Magnus Henrik Westron. Rachel Lynn Clifford. Jason Patrick Burgess. Heather Marie Weatherby. Eric Concho Rivas. Jennifer Avis Gravlin. Christopher David Hooley. Elizabeth Ann Creed. Mark Joseph Corson. Jennifer Marie Lally. Matthew Michael Cerullo. Carrie Ann M. Johnston. Sean Scott Partridge. Michelle Elizabeth Foreman. William Jeffrey McKinley. Brandy Lynn Graves. Christopher Lee Benjamin. Erin Ethel Grundy. Gregory J. Butler. Amanda Ann Fritz. Jonathan M. Preston. Jody Ann Meade. Stephen Cavagen. Colleen Elizabeth Graham. Benjamin Michael Andrews. Erica Lindsay Foote. Michael James Anderson. Terry Christine McDonald. Abigail Nee. Jamie Mae Pickard. Amanda Elizabeth Bulger. Amy Elizabeth Harland. Patricia Catherine Naughton. Kristen Nicole Sheppel. Erin Michelle McGrath. Catherine Wright Carson. Jasmine M. MacArthur.
Would you do me a favor? Would you grab one of those boxes, the box of roses over there, and help Amanda hand them out as the kids leave? Thanks. Seniors, on your way out, you will be receiving a rose as a souvenir of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present the class of 1995. Thank you all, and this concludes tonight's festivities.